Back with another video for you today, and this is the first impressions video for the brand new fragrance line Areej Le Dore, and we're doing first impressions of 4 of their fragrances: Atlantic Ambergris, Flux De Fleur, Inverno Russo, and Oud Picante. You're also going to have a chance at winning a sample of each of these, 3 winners if you are in the USA, so please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. If this is your first time landing on this channel and or you've been watching videos here and still have not subscribed, please click the subscribe button below so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. And that's right, today's video is about Areej Le Dore. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a brand new collection of fragrances. The perfumer behind these fragrances is Russian Adam. I don't know who he is, I have no idea about him, but I did a little research about this line, and they are being carried by Lucky Scent currently, and they have the 4 fragrances we're going to do first impressions of. You can pick up samples from luckyscent.com. I'll have a link in the info box, or you can also buy full bottles. And as I said, there are 4 fragrances that we're sampling today that Lucky Scent is selling. The first one is Atlantic Ambergris, and there's a second one called Flux De Fleur, third one called Inverno Russo, and then finally a 4th one called Oud Picante. And these are all Extrait de Parfum concentration, so pure perfume. And I hear that these are really big, really in-your-face fragrances, so I can't wait to smell them. And I've not smelled these before. I've received these samples from Lucky Scent, and this is how they come. And I have 4 of them here. And let's go ahead and get started. So first off, we're going to sample the Atlantic Ambergris. Again, I said these are Extrait de Parfum concentration. This is retailing as a 50 ml Extrait de Parfum for $335. There's also samples you can pick up from Lucky Scent as well for $10. And again, the perfumer is Russian Adam. So first impressions of Atlantic Ambergris. This one actually sounds really lovely, so I cannot wait to smell it. So I'm not wearing these, obviously, I'm sampling them on cards. For notes here, what we've got are bergamot, cardamom, Russian pine, jasmine, sambac, white champaka, ylang-ylang, white Irish ambergris, tonka bean absolute, clove, nutmeg, violet leaf, orris root, sweet myrrh, oakmoss, nagarmotha, and labdanum. Very complex fragrance, and it actually smells really complex as well. I can pick out the pine, the bergamot, the spices, and a little bit of the ambergris, so there's a little bit of sort of like an aquatic touch to it from this ambergris, but not over the top. But it's very dark and resinous, and smells like the forest actually. So basically you've got a fragrance capturing the coastline of the probably like a Atlantic, somewhere on the Atlantic, and then maybe like somewhere forest-like setting on the Atlantic. So it's quite lovely. It's quite complex actually as well, and I really do like this one. So I'd love to try it out on my skin and see how it does. But very like the layers of what I'm smelling are really like deep, like lots of stuff happening here. So it's pretty complex. And for Extrait de Parfum, this is pretty awesome. So it is, again, $335 for 50 ml, and a link in the info box if you want to check it out to luckyscent.com. So that is Atlantic Ambergris. So let's try Flux De Fleur. So for this one, the price is different. Again, it's Extrait de Parfum. It's 50 ml for $385. So it's about $50. $50 more? Yeah, $50 more. Again, samples are $10, and the perfumer is Russian Adam. For the notes here, you've got green and black frankincense, pink grapefruit, rue of jasmine, sambac, and yellow frangipani, tuberose absolute, 10-year aged Cambodian oud, dark Sumatran oud soaked in coconut water, castoreum, blue lotus absolute, honeysuckle, and henna infusion, vetiver, tolu balsam, benzoin, and Indian amber, shamama attar, aged over 2 decades. So these are notes I've taken from luckyscent.com on the pages of these perfumes. So you can go check them out yourself. Lots of complex notes and lots of stuff happening here. So this actually is very floral and very deep, dark, rich oud. This is the best of both worlds, and actually they're trying to pull each other apart, if that makes sense. So you've got lots of white flowers with that dark oud in here. So it's very, very complex. This one's actually even more complex than the first one I smelled, and I can see because the price is actually higher than the first one I tried, $50 more. So very, very interesting. This one actually will have to be really tested. Out of the two, I find the first one a little more wearable for me than this one. This one's really, really dark, so I have to be in the right mood to try something like this one. Even though it's got the white flowers in there, I think it's really, really dark personally. So this is Flux De Fleur. So kind of makes sense. There's a flux going on with the flowers, I guess. So that is Flux De Fleur again. So the next one is Inverno Russo. So this one, Russo, does that stand for Russia or by any chance? We'll see. Again, this one is an Extrait de Parfum. 50 ml is $335, sample $10. The perfumer again is Russian Adam, and you can check out luckyscent.com for the information on this fragrance there. But for notes here, you've got Rose Alba Auto and White Pepper Absolute, Peach Blossom and Osmanthus Co-Absolute Extract, White Frankincense, White Gardenia, White Champaka, Clove, Cardamom, Indian Sandalwood, Tonka Bean Absolute, 5-year aged Hainan Agarwood Oil, Indian Oud Oil, White Indonesian Gaharu Boya, Betel Leaf, Virginian Cedarwood, and Benzoin. So that's Inverno Russo. This one's quite lovely actually. Still very complex, but it's got a very, very like Middle Eastern vibe. This line smells like fragrances I would find in the Middle East where I'm from. But there's also a very, very India. I think I visualize India with these fragrances. Lots of spices, lots of incense and smokiness, dry, desert, those kind of things come to mind with this one. But this one's quite lovely. There's something cinnamony about it. Perhaps, I don't know where that's coming from, but it's quite lovely. But there's also this like animalic touch to it, which I can pick up, but very, very complex, very deep, very rich, like highly concentrated fragrance here. So I like it. So this is Inverno Russo. Again, more testing should be done with these, of course, with the fragrances on me. I'm testing them on strips, but I'm quite curious to try this one as well. But so far, Atlantic Ambergris is my favorite out of the three. Then it would be Inverno Russo, and then it would be Flux De Fleur. So we've got one more left, and that last one is Oud Picante or Picante. So it depends on who wrote this word, because Picante would be in Spanish. So Oud Picante is Extrait de Parfum again. You can find all this information at luckyscent.com. I'll have the link in the info box. And the perfumer for this again is Russian Adam for all the fragrances. So for notes here, you've got cardamom, cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, cumin, wild Borneo, oud oil, carrot seed, spikenard, tobacco and coffee, papanex, Bengal sandalwood, muhuhu, costus, fossil amber, and labdanum. So again, very, very complex sounding fragrance. And this is an oud, so we'll see how it is. So is it a spicy oud? Is that what picante stands for? We'll see. The other thing I want to mention is a lot of the fragrances are very dark, as you can see on the Lucky Scent website, some of the photos there. And when I see photos of dark juice, you know you're going to be into like experiencing like really dark fragrances, concentrated, highly intense type of fragrances. So Oud Picante. This is interesting because I kind of like this one the most so far, and I thought I would like this one the least when I first read about it. That's kind of interesting because you can't judge a book by its cover and never ever do. So far, this one's got this like slight bit of animalic touch to it, but what I'm liking here is the tobacco and coffee together, and there's adding a little bit of like a chocolatey layer to this. Even though it's oud, it's really, really lovely actually. This one, I'm surprised, I'm really liking it, but I think it might be that tobacco and coffee that's what giving it the really lovely chocolatey kind of vibe to it. But wow, again, very complex, very deep, very rich, very spicy, dark oud. Lovely. I think this is my favorite next to the Atlantic Ambergris. So shocked about that, but wow. So here's this brand new line, Areej Le Doré. I don't know where they're from. I think they're from the UK, but I could be wrong. And again, the perfumer is Russian Adam. I've been seeing some stuff pop up online on the internet, actually not on the internet, but in the Facebook group that I run on Facebook, and of course some of the other Facebook groups. So I was very curious, and when I got the chance to try these fragrances, thanks to Lucky Scent, I jumped at it because I was very curious to experience them. But so far, Oud Picante or Picante is my favorite, next to Atlantic Ambergris, and then Inverno Russo, and then Flux De Fleur. So guys, have you tried this line, Areej Le Doré? Are you into intense, big, beefy, strong, in your face, punch in your face kind of fragrances? If you are, this is it. The other thing I want to mention is this line is kind of reminding me, especially this last one, kind of reminding me of Slumber House. And I don't know if you're familiar with Slumber House. If you like that kind of thing, those kind of fragrances, you might want to give this one a try, because I think they're both concentrated, extrait concentration. And also the juices look very similar color-wise. So it's reminding me of that line, where that line's from Portland, Oregon. I think this line's from the UK, but I could totally be wrong about the UK. It's very Middle Eastern. So anyway, guys, if you want to participate in the samples giveaway, and these are going to be very small samples like this, so because the juice is very highly concentrated and it's very expensive. So, but we are doing 3 samples giveaway to 3 subscribers of this channel. If you want to participate and have a chance at winning the samples, please put a comment down below, and also please write what's your most out there fragrance that you have, what's your most concentrated fragrances that you have, and also what's your most expensive fragrances. Please do that so we can qualify you for the giveaway, and please also list your state. This is only open to USA residents. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please let me know what your thoughts are on this line. Are you curious to try them? Are you interested? Do they sound too strong for you? Please list in the info box so we can get a conversation started. Please like this video, please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.